Aloha, Brett Christensen here with Maui Property, and today we're going to go over the June 2023 real estate market report for the island of Maui, and we'll touch on the national stuff too, of course. So in this current market, there is definitely a lot of significant pent-up demand from potential buyers who are eagerly awaiting some kind of sign of affordability. Some people are calling it the shadow demand, mainly because it's hard to really quantify. Often people like to look at how many mortgage applications there are to tell you the demand right now. But with interest rates where they're at, they aren't seeing those numbers. But when people like us that have our feet on the ground and are talking to people every day, you hear it day in, day out. There's these buyers out there that are looking at the market and they're just waiting. They're just sitting there waiting for some kind of sign that they've found a great deal. So, as these buyers, patiently wait for a rise in inventory, it's just not coming. They're also looking for lower interest rates or reduced prices before making their move. I like to compare it to if these guys are a bunch of surfers, they're basically just patiently waiting out there in the water for the perfect wave. There's a whole bunch of them. They're just crowded out there, just sitting there. Unfortunately, the surf report doesn't look so great, but they're there anyways because they like to surf. However, for those who aren't too particular, there's plenty of opportunity out there. People are finding gems. Even in this low inventory market, you can find some great properties and catch a great ride. All right, so despite this pent-up demand, inventory does remain low here on Maui, and same thing on the mainland. Although on the mainland they are seeing a little bit of rise, not so much here on Maui. So with this low inventory, many homeowners are considering selling. It's not a bad time to sell. The problem is we have higher interest rates. So you sell your house, you have to take on the new interest rate. In some states like Colorado, Utah, they're over 90% of those homeowners that have mortgages have locked in at an interest rate below 4%. And now we're seeing in the market averaging around 6.5%. So that's a pretty big jump if you're borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars. That jump from below 4% to mid sixes, that's a big jump in your monthly payment. So let's move into some statistics. NAR reported that existing home sales have declined for the second month in a row, dropping 3.4% nationwide. Compared to the same period last year, sales are down by a substantial 23%, but contract signings have also decreased. We're just seeing an overall slowdown, but prices, at least on Maui, haven't really changed a whole lot. Certain parts of the country, buyers have found relief from these declining prices. On national level, we're seeing a drop of almost 2% if you compare it to a year ago. However, more affordable markets continue to experience price gains. So it's a mixed bag out there, and every market's different. Let's talk about Maui. On Maui, new listings have seen a decline of 13% for single family homes and 30% for condos. On the other hand, pending sales have increased by 10% for single family homes and then decreased for condos. Condos are their own beast just because it's been busy and it's hard to show them because they're always rented. Inventory has seen a modest increase of 1% for single family homes and a more significant increase in the condos, 10% increase. But still, remember, this is from comparing to a year ago, and even a year ago, we were still at low inventory. So if you look at the long-term stats, we still are sitting way below what we'd like to see when it comes to inventory. Median sale prices have risen by 5% to $1.27 million for single-family homes, and then condos have gone up 16% to $835,000. The average days on market has decreased by 6% for single family homes and then increased for condos by 5%. Now keep in mind, this is comparing to a year ago. With the condos, those have been performing well. People like them. They like to own them. They get a check in the mail every month from the rentals, and it's great. So these fluctuating interest rates have caused some buyers to just step back from the market, but also the shortage of inventory is contributing to a lower than average home sales this time of year. Current homeowners, who secured mortgage rates below, as we talked about before, they're just waiting. They're just postponing their decision to sell until this market improves, at least for pricing and interest rates. So in conclusion, the housing market is characterized by pent-up demand, low inventory, and the impact of fluctuating interest rates, with them sitting pretty high compared to the last 5 years. So while buyers are eagerly waiting for favorable conditions, homeowners are cautious, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens here. Nobody really knows. So if you're looking for expert advice and guidance and exceptional service, please consider Maui Property for your real estate needs. Contact us today. Our information's up on the screen. You can go to mauiproperty.com and you'll find a world-class website for searching for Maui real estate. And I always like to say it's better than Zillow. And one example of that is you can search for short-term rentals. Just click a button and that's all you're gonna see, and you will not find that on Zillow. We got everything else that Zillow's got, so come check us out. Thanks for choosing us, and look forward to talking to you soon. I'm Brett Christensen with Maui Property. You take care, have a great day. Aloha.